Welcome back. We're unpacking U.S. politics, especially in the first several weeks of Donald Trump's second presidential term. And joining me is Peter Roff. Peter, just before we cut to commercial, you said, or you referenced that if he doesn't do what he says he's going to do, then they'll find a reason to impeach him. Who's they?
The Democrats.
The Democrats.
It's interesting. Trump is the first Republican president to have as much open contempt for the Democrats as the Democrats have had open contempt for every Republican president since Nixon.
Yes.
They don't like that. And, when I first started in politics, the Democrats were approaching 40 years of consecutive control, election after election, of Congress. Congress had grown more powerful, particularly during the period after Watergate, in which the presidency was institutionally weakened. And the Democrats thought they were permanently in charge. I was part of the crew that helped Newt Gingrich take over the Congress in 1994. We took over the House of Representatives. The Senate came with it. The Republicans became a competitive party nationally. But what Trump refers to as the deep state, the people that were embedded in the federal bureaucracy, as well as in the offices on Capitol Hill of the permanent organizations, of the committees and the budget reviewers, and other, took a long time to weed a lot of that out. And,
Oh, yes.
and it's been done in Congress. It has not been done through the executive branch. Trump is trying to do that now. And so because Trump is so openly contemptuous of the Democrats, they think it's fair to continue the politics of the election into the governance process. This is the reason that Trump was twice impeached during his first term. It was an attempt to send political messages. Nancy Pelosi was very open about the second impeachment following the events of January 6th, that she wanted the Senate to, which was under a close margin, but you need a supermajority of the Senate to convict the president and remove him. But she wanted the Senate to slap Trump with an allowed sanction that said he could never run for office again.
Right.
And they refused. Obviously a political motivation, because they knew Trump was going to try again. And he did, and he won. There's power in his message, and they are afraid of that because it is so openly hostile to the Democratic Party and the agenda of the far left, which is now the dominant ideology of the Democratic Party.
Yes. And one of those facets of that ideology is wanting no borders, and Trump's continually rallying against this no borders or one world global state kind of thing. Let's talk about two topics that factor into that: the tariffs, because that is obviously very relevant to Canada, and how they play into that agenda, and then the deportation and the strengthening of the borders, which also feed into the tariff spat between Canada and the U.S.
Well, let's talk about the immigration issue first. I am a pro-immigration person. I love the fact that people who have aspirations to do great things, or people who have done great things who feel they're being oppressed, think the United States is the place they want to live. Because the value added that they should be providing to their country of origin, they are now providing to my country. They are making the United States better, stronger, richer, and helping out everyone who lives here. So I love immigrants. There are some people who think that America is for white Christians. It's a small minority. The president is not part of that, but they somehow seem to find their way onto television in a disproportionate amount relative to the influence they have over American public policy. And they say horrible, nasty, racist things. And I repudiate them. And I think most Americans repudiate.
Absolutely.
Nonetheless, every country has the right to defend its borders, and every country has the right to know who's coming into it.
Okay, I have to,
Canada-
pause you there. We're coming up against a hard stop, and we'll pick this right back up.